Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having a great start to your new year. In today's video, I'm going to share a very quick and simple recipe for this okra and saltfish. Now for me, I love plain okra, but whenever I can add in a little bit of shrimp or some saltfish or even both, it's always a good taste and it's always delicious. So I hope you all try this very quick and simple recipe and let me know what you think of it. This is best served with a hot plate of dal and rice. If you want to serve it over roti or with some bake, or whatever you want to serve it with, feel free to go ahead and do that. Now my biggest tip to you whenever making this recipe is to use a big pot, so this way the okra has space and it won't get slimy that way. And also, if you can use a very thick bottom pot or a non-stick pot, definitely go ahead and use that because it'll make for an easier time while you're cooking your okra and saltfish. Into this pot, we're starting off on a medium heat. I've just added in some oil to cover the bottom of the pot, and I'm going to be going in with my saltfish. Now this is salted cod, and all I did was I soaked it for about 30 minutes, and after I soaked it, I boiled it for another 30 minutes to 45 minutes, took it out of that water, and I washed it and I squeezed it a little bit to get the excess salt out, and then I flaked it and put it in my oil just like this. You don't need to break it up too much because after you fry it and mix it in with the okra, it's going to go ahead and break apart even more. All we're going to do is continue to fry or saute the saltfish in the oil until it is nice and brown. Now I will let you know that whenever you use a stainless steel pan or these big karahis, sometimes the saltfish tends to stick at the bottom. All you need to do is make sure you keep it on a medium heat and then do not turn it as soon as you put it into the pot. Let it sit for a bit and then it'll naturally come unstuck by itself. So this is what my saltfish looks like after about 8 minutes of cooking, and as you all can see, it's gotten nice and brown, and for me it's almost done. I want to get it super crispy. You're also going to notice that it did not stick too much at the bottom of the pot, and that is because I left it alone on a moderate heat for a little bit and then I began to turn it. Now once the saltfish is brown to your liking, you can go ahead and remove it from the pot. Now I make my okra very differently from a lot of people. I like to fry everything separately and then mix it together in the pot in the end. I just find that the okra cooks better that way and you never get that sliminess. And I know a lot of people always have issues with the sliminess whenever making okra. So into that same hot oil, I'm going to be going in with my okra that I've sliced and cut the stems off of. Now I like to cut my okra pretty thin. Some people like it thicker and some people like it even thinner. Go ahead and cut it as per your own preferences. I will also mention that I went ahead and I let this okra dry for only about an hour today. I did not have much time. I know a lot of people traditionally, when they cut it up, they will let it dry in the sun for a whole day or more than just an hour, but all I had was an hour. And I'm going to show you guys that by using a big pot that has enough space and by using enough oil that we will also drain in the end, you can also get a very crispy okra without having to dry it so long. The key here is when you add it into the pot, you do not want to stir vigorously and you don't want to stir too often. The more you stir it, the slimier the okra will be. So all I'm doing is I'm tossing it up very lightly right now so this way the oil can coat all of it, and then I'm going to leave it alone and only turn it every 5 to 6 minutes. When you start to see that the okra starts to get brown, every 5 to 6 minutes, you definitely want to go in and stir it up very lightly. Remember, don't manhandle this too much. So I've had my heat on a medium to medium high heat this whole time. If you're a beginner in the kitchen, definitely keep it on a medium to medium low heat because okra burns very quick. So just be careful about that. But once you get your desired color and the okra is cooked, you can go ahead and remove it from the pot. I'm going to be putting it into the same bowl that I put the saltfish in because it's all going to go back in the same pot in the end. Now, as you all can see, I did not use too much oil when frying my okra. If you need to use more oil than this, you can also drain the okra by placing all of this okra on a plate lined with a paper towel. But as you all can see, I did not use too much. So I'm not adding in any more oil to my recipe because I fried the okra with enough oil. So this way when I mix it in at the end, the dish will have enough oil in it. So I'm just adding my veggies and aromatics into the dry pan. But remember, the pan still has a little coating of oil on it. I'm going in with some chopped onions, some chopped hot peppers, as well as some chopped culantro. If you don't have that, you can also use green seasoning. Now the culantro or green seasoning is by no means traditional, it's just a flavoring agent that I wanted to add in, so you can go ahead and just say that it's optional and you don't have to add it in. At this point, I'm also going to be going in with some crushed garlic. Now it might be looking like my garlic is very liquidy, and it is. It's only because I sometimes will grind garlic and leave it in the fridge, and sometimes by the end you're left with a little bit of watery garlic at the bottom, which is totally fine, it still serves the purpose. But that's why my garlic looks like that today. All we're going to do is mix all of these aromatics together and we're going to saute them until they get a golden brown color. So this is what all of my aromatics look like after about 3 to 4 minutes of cooking. It's taken on a slight golden brown color. And at this point, I'm ready to add in my okra and my saltfish. I wanted to mention that if you're that kind of person that likes to add in tomatoes into your okra, you can add them in at this point before you put in the okra. I just didn't have any on hand today, so I won't be going in with any. And if you also wanted to put in tomato paste, you can also do that. Now, all I did once I added the okra and the saltfish back into the pot is I sauteed everything for another 3 to 4 minutes. And now I'm topping it with some finely chopped culantro again, just to give it some freshness. If you had some scallions or green onion, you can add it in as well. And at this point, you want to taste it for salt and any seasonings. I barely added in any salt because the fried okra takes on such a beautiful flavor by itself, and also the saltfish is salty. But once you finish that cooking process, this is ready to serve. Now, I like to make my okra nice and crispy and dry because I'm just going to serve it with dal and rice. If you're going to serve it with roti, you do not have to dry it out as much unless that is your kind of jam and you like that. But this right here is super delicious. It's very quick. If you're a person that does not have a lot of time during the week to cook and you want to have a traditional, delicious Caribbean or Guyanese meal, this is definitely something that you can try out. I hope you all enjoyed this recipe today. Please don't forget to give it a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. Hit the red bell button so this way you will never miss out on all the new recipes I have coming for 2023. And drop those comments down below and let me know what you all would like to see next. I'll see you all again very soon. Bye everyone.